We continue to follow breaking news from the streets. A man shot in the head while sitting in a car. This is in the Greenwood and Gerrard area, and remarkably was able to walk to hospital for help. Now we are live right here at the scene. This is Walpole Avenue, where the shooting occurred about 2 this morning. Initial reports say at least 4 cars with bullet holes here. Appears to have been a drive-by. EMS confirming they have transferred a male patient to a trauma center. Again, we're watching this story very closely, trying to get some more information on this one. Meanwhile, we are following another shooting in the city, this one at Prince Henry Boulevard and Parkway Forest Drive. So our camera has just arrived here, a live look at the scene, Don Mills and Shepherd area. At the Parkway Forest Community Center, officers here responding about 5 this morning, receiving multiple reports of the sounds of gunfire. Now, investigators have located what believed to be evidence of gunfire, but there are no reports of any injuries here. This community center was the scene of a fatal shooting back in September. 27-year-old Paul Rizek died in that shooting in what was the 80th homicide of the year. Officers still looking through this area for evidence. We don't have suspect description at this time. Again, another story we're continuing to follow. Now, unfortunately, there were 2 more shootings that happened overnight. The first one in Mississauga, where a man in his 30s with life-threatening injuries. This is near Darien Airport Road, just after 10 last night. The victim rushed to a trauma center. This happened in the rear of a busy plaza. Customers were still around, so police are now appealing for witnesses. Right now, we don't have any suspect information. And in Toronto's East End, a man in his 30s with serious and possibly life-threatening injuries shot in the torso. This happened just after 8 last night at Chalice Court and Durness Avenue in the Shepherd and 401 area. We don't have suspect description in this case either. As always, if you have any information in any of these cases, you can contact police directly or Crime Stoppers. At least 7 people killed and 8 others injured after a portion of a building collapsed following a cylinder blast in New Delhi this morning. And this explosion happened in the Sudarshan Park area of the Indian capital. Factory workers reportedly doing some work related to ceiling fans when the cylinder exploded, and that brought down part of the building. Rescue officials still continuing to look for victims in the rubble. The south shores of Thailand right now being battered with strong winds, high waves as the first tropical storm in 3 decades draws closer. Tropical storm Pabuk is packing winds of up to 80 kilometers an hour. It's expected to make landfall later today. The Department of Disaster Prevention and Mitigation says that over 6,000 people have been evacuated over the past few days. All right, here is a great story. Canadian tennis phenom Bianca Andreescu has just pulled off another incredible upset, beating former world #1 Venus Williams at a tune-up tournament for the Australian Open. And the 18-year-old from the GTA is shocked, but also very proud.
Tonight, I think I did the impossible, so I don't even know what to say. It's just such an amazing feeling.
She knocked off Williams in 3 sets to advance for her first ever WTA semifinal in New Zealand. She did, the seemingly impossible yesterday when she beat Caroline Wozniacki, also a former world #1. Her next round opponent not determined just yet.